Drink beer, it's good for you.
Hello and welcome to the video. In this video I'll be looking at the announcement made by Grainfather in regards to a 70-litre Grainfather. This announcement was made at the Craft Brewers Conference in Denver, Colorado in the US just last night, the 9th of April 2019. Firstly, I see that literally hundreds of you have privately messaged me on this for more information, my opinion, and an awful lot more to do with things like when a review is coming and so on. I cannot possibly answer all of these questions. Do keep in mind that I do have a full-time job and this keeps me very busy as it is. I do my best though. So instead, I bring you this video. Having said this, please do keep your brewing questions coming, but questions relating to this should really be aimed at Grainfather at this point. I will further update you past this video though where I can as news comes in. I will now give you all the information that I have at this point within this video, some opinion, and I will also talk about a potential review at the end. So let's now start with information about this system known currently. Grainfather have a prototype of a 70-litre brewing system. Because this is a prototype and it is confirmed that it is still in development, this is very much subject to change. So how this system looks right now could change, as could the features also. This has been named as a 70-litre system, but this does not necessarily mean that you will be able to produce 70 litres of wort. It could refer to the full size of the unit, as is common with other manufacturers in this industry. For example, looking at the current Grainfather, it is a 30-litre system, but Grainfather suggests a brew size of 23 litres. I believe that most of us brew to a maximum of 25 litres within its 30-litre capacity. Last night I did ask a Grainfather staff member about grain capacity, and I was told that it has a maximum malt capacity of 17 kilos, and this was done in public. Maximum malt capacities are rather notorious in this industry, and this could mean that you can add 17 kilos to fill the basket, but like we are used to with maximum capacities, this may not be the amount that you wish to fill the system to for acceptable levels of efficiency. Another thing to mention here is that 17 kilos sounds like an easy amount to lift, but with water added, especially considering the potential capacity of this system, this is not going to be something that most non-gym going men are going to be able to lift solo. A Grainfather staff member did make it public that he felt that it was reasonable to lift with 2 men, but really I feel the safest device would be that a form of lift winch would be advisable here. This is in keeping with experiences of systems of this approximate size. People are also of course wondering when this will come to market. Within the stage area at the CBC in Denver, there was a sign saying coming soon, fall 2019. So this means the last quarter of this year. It was indicated by a Grainfather staff member that release will likely take place at this time in certain markets. So I guess certain markets should be stressed here. I think it should also be mentioned that because this is clearly still very much in the prototype stage, that this date is only an estimate, and as we all have known in the past, this can mean an actual release date the following year. Only time will tell, but a 2019 release does seem rather ambitious going from prototype stage at this point of the year for a product of this nature for sure. It is fair to say though that this prototype is showing some interesting new potential features. Firstly, you can see that the lid and the system itself actually feature handles. This is a great addition and something very much needed on a system of this size, and I'm sure those will be kept with this prototype going into final release. The addition of a sight glass is also very nice to see, very handy for checking volume easily while filling and also while sparging. There is also a bottom tap on this system which looks like it took a nasty knock on the way to the CBC. I saw that some people made comment on social media that this suggests the unit is of poor quality. Guys, please keep in mind this is merely a prototype. The final system on release will be the one to judge, not this one. The inclusion of a bottom tap is certainly good news for potential owners, bringing this in line with other systems out there, and naturally a tap would be pretty much compulsory on a unit of this size compared to the 30-litre system currently on offer. You can also see on the prototype that there is a much slimmer control box, which was noted as having Bluetooth only and being compatible with the current recipe system. It is also nice to see the positioning of the boxes within easy reach. I know that some of you would really like Wi-Fi added to this, judging by the messages I have received and seen on social media, so perhaps Grainfather will offer this out of the box also, or as a later upgrade. Also, currently the power line for this is really not looking so professional, as many have noted. But again, remember, this is just a prototype. The other thing in discussion a lot is the power requirements of this system. It could be safe to assume that this will not be available in 110 volt, but maybe Grainfather have something up their sleeve there. Like you, I can only speculate. If, and I must stress if, Grainfather released this system with 3 kilowatts of heating, which surely has to be the minimum for a system of this size, then on a 220 volt supply you will need more than a 13 amp fuse. This could be a problem for apartment living brewers in certain places like Sweden, for example. You can also see that there is potential that this system recirculates internally without the need for an extra pipe on top for recirculation as found on the current system. You can also see that the pump is also internal and clearly moves the water along this pipe and to the top of the kettle. This will be interesting to see how this works. Perhaps some sort of internal showerhead-like design will be found, like you see on the brew tools. I can only speculate at this point, but this is clearly showing a shift in how the Grainfather recirculation system works. Interesting. Grainfather have made it clear that they will release more information about this new member of the Grainfather family in the coming weeks, so hopefully it will not be too much longer before more of our questions will be answered. Finally, many of you have asked me when I will be reviewing this system. This is squarely in the hands of the Grainfather company themselves. In the past I have had a good level of cooperation with the company, and they have provided me with things to review and at times test. So far I have not had any contact with Grainfather in respect of doing a review, but clearly the community does expect and request a review from me. Hopefully Grainfather will lend me a system for the purpose of review. If not, then I cannot really say if I will actually buy this system, and I certainly could not afford to buy it just for the purpose of a review. If this channel was a business, which clearly it is not, then trust me, it will never ever make a dime in profit. I do this for the love of it. This now brings this video to a close. If you have any questions, then please let me know via YouTube or Facebook. I do hope that you found this video to be useful, interesting and enjoyable. If appropriate, then please like this video on YouTube, and if you've not done so already, then please subscribe. I regularly post new content. Happy brewing!